Good evening and welcome to Baseball Night Colorado from Butch Butler Field in Greeley, Colorado. As tonight, it's an American Legion B doubleheader as the Fort Morgan Mustangs tackle with the Centaurus Warriors. Mike Ray, Warren Ray, Cameron, and Scott Gibson bringing it to you. Good to have you along. You know, hard to believe that we are down to the final week before the state tournaments begin. Literally, coming up this week, it's State D. We're going to talk more about that later on in the webcast. As you know, the season started in early June, and in Colorado, we have 5 leagues where in most states they have 4 leagues or less. Tonight, it's Legion B baseball, and several teams are hovering around the top spot. As we finish it out, we will run down the various tournaments, times, and locations later on in the cast. The Mustangs come in at 10-4, and as we mentioned, they're hovering around the top with Rocky Mountain peak to peak. And of course, for the Warriors, another team that has come in. Not all of the actual numbers have been reported yet, but they come in unofficially at 0-9, but we know they've won several games that will be reported. This is a game that's very important for both teams, but more so if you think about it for Centaurus, taking a look at trying to get into the state tournament, which starts up on the 26th. So this is a team I know that's very competitive. They have a lot of seniors on this team, a lot of firepower. I think this should be a very interesting game. And of course, the last time that these two teams faced, according to what we saw on the website, there was an 11-0 victory for the Mustangs on the 11th of July. As the season wraps up this next week, the tournaments start literally on the 26th of July in Westminster at Stanley Lake. So the Warriors, as well as the Mustangs, this potentially could be a tune-up game for what is to come. Of course, it is a double elimination tournament. So again, lots of opportunities to make it to the final game and, of course, take that coveted state prize. Of course, the important games are coming up here, and we'll give you more information. You can also go to the CALB, or Colorado American Legion baseball website. You can go to www.calb.org to find out more about the tournament schedules and, of course, who's going to be playing and the times that those games will be. We're going to take a short break. You can see that we do have umpires out on the field, and we're going to give you the starting lineups and give you a little more about these two teams. You're watching Colorado American Legion baseball from Butch Butler Field. We'll be right back.
Play ball. Snake. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field. It's Colorado American Legion baseball. Good to have you along. Mike Ray and Cam Gibson at the controls, and of course a very important game tonight. Really, the keys to victory for the Warriors is obvious, as the team, very importantly, is just keeping the ball down in the strike zone. We have seen that over the webcasts that we've done in both Legion A as well as B and C and even D, that when the pitchers start getting the ball up, that's when the balls start flying. So really, the key here is keep the ball down in the strike zone, nip the corners, and obviously try to work in some junk pitches and off-speed pitches to keep the batters guessing. Of course, making the playoffs and critical plays is very important to both of these teams. And really, when the Mustangs look to make their run, which they will, they have a big offensive team, it's really just staying calm in those storms that do happen. As you will see, waves literally come of scoring, as we've seen over the past couple of weeks. So again, this in short memory really comes to play here also for the teams, and of course, managing mistakes as far as a short memory is concerned. So you can see in the field, it's going to be the Fort Morgan Mustangs that will start it out in the field. And of course, the away team for the first game will be the Centaurus Warriors. And the starting lineups here, as far as the battery lineup here for Centaurus, it'll be number 6, Randall Blair. He plays left field. He will start it off for Centaurus. Chase, if I get it named correctly, I know I've got some parents next to me here, so they'll help me, but it's Chase Fulkajan. If I'm saying it correctly, he's the shortstop, number 11, followed by Tucker Haro. He's number 15, and he's playing center field. For the Fort Morgan Mustangs out in the field, at first base, it is Nick Norris, Alex Ortega in left field. At shortstop, Isaac Linker. It is Connor Farharsh, I'll get it right here correctly. He's the catcher. And, of course, at third base, it's Austin Apple, and Sam Christensen is the pitcher. So we are set to get underway here. This is game 1 of 2. This is a doubleheader. Both you will see here on Rad Sports. First pitch taken for a strike fastball, and it's now 0-1. So coming out early, doing the challenge thing, basically. You want to challenge those batters. Infield is playing up. Next pitch just a little bit high fastball. Count evens at 1-1. Temperatures hovering as we came into the field around 2:30 in the low to mid 90s. We've got a nice breeze here for the 5 o'clock game. Fastball nipping the corner, outside corner. It's now 1-2. So a steady diet of fastballs. We'll see if they come with some junk here. There's the curveball waved at, and he strikes him out for the first out. So pulling the string, and advantage Fort Morgan early in the top half of the first inning. Good to have you along. So Chase, the shortstop, taking a strike on the outside corner. It's now 0-1. Clearly, the lessons to be learned. Next pitch is going to be high, evens it at 1-1. The coaches really try to teach their players is to do the Greg Maddox lesson, which is a steady diet of pitches low and at the knees so that they get the ground outs or at least the easy fly balls. That's really what you want to do here in any type of play, especially in Legion play. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 1 out on the strikeout. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Challenging him with that high fastball. There goes the curveball a little bit high. Count evens at 2-2. So on deck, it's Isaac Linker. Actually, check that. That's the correction. We'll get that corrected here in a moment. Actually, check that. It's Tucker Haro. Count goes full. There's the fastball inside missing, and he walks him. So an opportunity here for the Warriors to try to get something going. Again, this is a team that has a number of seniors that we see listed. Haro is the center fielder. Obviously, generally, the strategy is you get your top hitters in the 3 and 4 spots to try to get them around as much as you possibly can. First pitch taken on the inside corner knees, fastball, and it's 0-1. We'll see if Fort Morgan is tested early on the base pads as far as the catcher is concerned, see what kind of an arm he has. There goes the runner. Getting it out late. Let's see if they get the tag down. They do. So a tag that was a close play may have caught him on the shoulder on the tag, so there's 2 down. So a lesson, if you're a little leaguer, you could see the catcher having a little bit of trouble getting the handle on it, stuck with it, got the throw down, and a nice play at second to be able to get the tag down. There's 2 down. Bases are empty. Next pitch is fouled away. Count goes to 1-2. we will see sometimes those little plays early in the ball game sometimes do tend to make a difference towards the end of the ball game. We'll see if that's the case here today. We saw that with Greeley Gojos just a week ago. 1-2 pitch. There's the curveball missing outside. Teasing him there. Count goes to 2-2. Good eye there by Haro. Caden Shepard on desk. A little bit high. You can see it bouncing off the catcher's glove. Count goes full. So Fort Morgan really coming in with a steady diet, as we mentioned, of fastballs, trying to tease them with the slider and maybe a little bit of a changeup. Fastball missing, so he walks him. Actually, check that they do call it a strike. He was on his way, had me fooled as well, so the count is 3-2. Next pitch going to be a slow roller to the pitcher. It goes the easy way, and he gets the final out. But a nice strikeout and a good throw to second, and then, of course, the easy play at first. And it's after a half an inning, there's no score. You're watching Colorado American Legion baseball. Here from Butch Butler Field, we'll take a timeout.
Some things just never change. Crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496.
Play ball.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field. Bottom half of the first inning. It is Fort Morgan against Centaurus. This is game one of a Legion B baseball game. Of course, as we painted the picture early in the pregame show, important games. There's still a number of games in the final week and a half that a lot of these teams are going to try to get in. We will run that down here a little bit later on, not only during this game, but also in game two, and then tell you where they stand. What are the standings? So for the Mustangs, starting it off, it is J.P. Hamer, followed by Connor Fajardo and Isaac Linker. First pitch is a ball. It's now 1 ball and no strikes. Get an opportunity for Centaurus in the top half of the inning, just not able to get that stolen base to keep the inning going. Hamer looks at a fastball, waves at it for a strike, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Fort Morgan, very good as far as their season this summer. And clearly looking to go tournament. Really, you think about these games, these are tune-up games. Next pitch is a ball, and it's now even at 2-2. We'll talk more about how important summer baseball is. Took a little bit off, waves at it, catcher comes up, going to fire and get him at first. So there's 1 down. So we've seen both teams coming in, doing a good job of both mixing the locations, the speeds, and then the spins of the ball. So there's 1 out. Connor Fajardo stepping to the plate. First pitch is taken for a ball, and it's now 1-0. Of course, Fajardo make that nice throw to second to get the first out. Next pitch taken for a strike, evens it at 1-1. Lots of time if you're out watching this game and you're close by, you can come to Butch Butler Field. Beautiful field here. Next pitch is popped up. Going to be close to me, but it's going to go behind us. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Second game will be at 7 or 7:30, depending upon the length of this game. And I want to tease you a little bit. We have some giveaways here today. Commissioner Scott Gibson is here, and he will be giving out a lot of goodies here today, including, potentially, some Rockies tickets. So come on out. Great day to watch some good baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fajardo looking to try to get something going here in the bottom half of the first inning. Next pitch going to be high. Count goes full. So as we alluded to, how important some of this summer baseball leagues, there's so many of them that are going on all over the nation. Next pitch hammered to left field. Should drop for a base hit. It does. So Fort Morgan with a 1-out single and looking to try to get a rally going here. But a lot of coaches will tell you that these summer leagues really is a table setter. We said that in the last couple of webcasts for the upcoming spring season. They want to see what their talent looks like. Also, you think about the competition for these players in other sports during the summer. We'll talk about that momentarily. Another base hit whacked to left field. So Fort Morgan now, a couple of quick base hits with 1 out. First ball swinging. So Alex Ortega now stepping to the plate. 2 men on, 1 out. First pitch is fouled away. Count goes to 0-1. Depending upon the location, if he's able to get a base hit here, could score a run. We don't know the speed of Fajardo at second. He's the catcher. Of course, in college and major leagues, pretty much the speed is always there. You can almost count it as a run with a base hit with a man on second. Next pitch is going to be low and outside. Count evens at 1-1. On deck is Nick Norris. 1-1 pitch on the way. Foul tipped. Count goes to 1-2. So obviously the Force, they're going to look to get him at third, try to double it up and get out of this inning. Of course, the old-fashioned way, going second to first. As we mentioned at the beginning of the webcast, really the importance here is keeping the ball down. You don't want to give them something up about waist high for them to lift. It's so, as far as being early in the ball game, the pitchers are fresh, but you see a lot of times the ball rising when you get around the 5th inning. That's when the damage really gets done. Next pitch is wide and outside. Count goes to 2-2. So as I was talking to some of the players for Centaurus, obviously they're playing a lot of baseball in different places, as are most teams. Trying to get that valuable experience in different leagues as well. It's going to be a high chopper to the third baseman, going to go foul. Count still remains at 2-2. Really, you think about at this level, or any level really, it's managing your mistakes. And as I alluded to earlier, is having that short memory. Next pitch hit. Oh, it's a shot. And it was one of those, really the ball played, the pitcher made a beautiful stab, caught the ball, and then, of course, made the throw to second. Wow. So a little bit of fireworks still here left over from the 4th of July. And after 1 in the books, it's no score here from Butch Butler Field. We'll be right back.
At Milliken Animal Clinic, Our purpose is to serve the residents of Northern Colorado by providing exceptional, affordable veterinary care for their furry family members. Our clients will always be treated with respect, dignity, and compassion as if they were our own. It is our desire to make lasting relationships with our clients and to be there for our patients through every stage of life. Plus reasonably priced pet food and supplies. Milliken Animal Clinic, affordable veterinary care. Call 970-518-1252.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field as we head towards the top of the second inning and literally finishing that last inning out. A bullet literally was dodged and taken and caught by Centaurus pitcher. Great job. So Centaurus coming up taking a strike as we enter into play. It's Caden Shepard followed by Nick Van Tassel and then Nate Bernstein. Next pitch is hit to right field for the base hit, going opposite field. Good start here for Centaurus. So far in the ball game, Fort Morgan with 2 hits and now Centaurus with 1. So a good start here for Centaurus to try to get something rolling. Sometimes great plays fuel good plays at the bat. So you can see Fajardo really watching the runner at first. Really bobbled that ball a little bit trying to make that throw, but was able to get it there in time. Wild throw at first, so the runner advances to second. Great opportunity here for Centaurus. This is game 1. Good to have you along from Butch Butler Field, Baseball Night, Colorado. This is really, if you think about it, we're coming to an end. We only have one more doubleheader webcast, which will be next week. It'll be Greeley Gojos against Gene Taylor. And then all the fun begins as far as the playoffs or the tournaments are concerned. 1 ball, no strikes. Opportunity here. Base hit could score them. Fastball missing outside. Count goes to 2-0. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, Scott Gibson bringing it to you. American Legion baseball around since 1925. Next pitch hit to right field. Right fielder racing in. Plays it well. And at this time of the day, that's a tough play because of the sun. But you could see no hesitation, making a nice catch for the first out. So the runner remains at second with 1 down. Nate Bernstein, followed by potentially Henry Zeigerts, the catcher. First pitch curveball, pushing it down the line. There goes the throw on the bunt, gets the out, but there's 2 outs. Throw almost a little bit high to the third baseman, stabs. If he did not make that catch, that could have been a run scored. So a nice play by the third baseman on the high throw. So the runner advances to third with 2 outs. So Henry Zeigert stepping to the plate, left-handed hitter. He is a sophomore. Number of sophomores and seniors on this team. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. So you can see a little bit Fort Morgan starting to mix up the pitching a little bit here by Sam Christensen, trying to keep Centaurus on their edge. Looked like a cut fastball. Gets him swinging, and it's 0-2. You could see that really breaking in. So trying to get out of this quickly is Fort Morgan. Whacked down the right field line foul. Count still remains at 0-2. You can see a live bat here clearly by Zeigert. You got to be careful with him. You don't want to get that ball up. Little cat and mouse at third. Next pitch going to be outside and wide. Count goes to 1-2. So if you'd like to find out the schedule and really the standings, next pitch is going to be a little bit high. Count evens at 2-2. Go to the CALB website, or Colorado American Legion baseball website, which is part of our national website. Next pitch fouled away, fighting it off. Count still remains at 2-2. But you can see the current standings and you can see the games that are remaining. We will run that down for you later on in the webcast. So a good battle here by Zeigert, trying to get the runner at third in. Now, if you're a coach, you like what you see for a couple of reasons. One is your batter is battling and doing a good job of extending, but also you're trying to get the pitch counts up and tire the pitcher of the opposing team so you can start getting some of those balls rising and take advantage. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third, nobody in, no score. Inside, you can see him doing the dance to get out of the way, and count goes full. Three-two pitch, hit to right field. This could be trouble. If it's fair and just foul, that would have clearly gone extra bases. You could see getting out of the box quickly with Zeigert. Got some wheels there. So the count still remains at 3-2. That's what I was talking about. You don't want to get the ball up on any of these hitters. They will make you pay the price, and I'm talking about for both teams. Three-two pitch, going to be a chopper, and it should be foul. And the battle continues. So the Legion B tournament, and we're going to run through some of these here. Stanley Lake is now involved. Fort Collins, meaning Rocky Mountain, is involved. Whacked again, foul down the right field line. It'd be interesting to see how many pitches are in this at bats and totals here for Fort Morgan in this ball game this early. But Centaurus, one of those teams you can't take lightly. Don't let the standings by what we saw, not all of it reported. So a good at bat by Zeigert, and he gets walked. So now there's 2 outs and a man on first and third. So it's going to be Simon Dodge, the second baseman, looking to get his bat on the ball, followed by Jamaniak or Jakamanic. I'll get the pronunciation. I know Mom and Dad are sitting close by, so we'll get that correct here in a moment. But he is the designated hitter. First pitch is taken for a ball. It's now 1 ball and no strikes. Men at the corners. High, taken for ball 2, 2-0. Straight diet of fastballs, and all of them inside or a little bit high. Count goes to 3-0. We'll see if he's taking here. 4 straight pitches, and the effect you can see, Dodge heading to first. So the bases are loaded. This is a golden opportunity. Thank you. So David Jakimiak stepping to the plate. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike. This should be an interesting battle here. It's 0-1. Jakimiak is the designated hitter, a sophomore. Next pitch hit down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. Just going foul by 3 or 4 feet. But more importantly, getting the bat on the ball. Count goes to 0-2. One thing that we're seeing that we like already is the ability to go opposite field, and we've seen the teams doing that already in this ball game. That shows the coaching is there. A lot of younger players like to pull the ball, but in this case, they're going with the pitches. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Fouled away, count still remains at 0-2. So Fajardo is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Understandably, that pitch a little bit high in the strike zone. You can watch a rebroadcast of this game as much as you like on Rad Sports. We will be posting this. Of course, we have a YouTube site as well, but we will post this on Facebook and, of course, on our website as well. 0-2 pitch, curveball goes right down the right field line. It is fair, so 1 run will score. Gonna be tough. 2 runs will score. And Centaurus with a beautiful opposite field hit by Jakimiak. And 2 ribbies for Jakimiak, and it's a 2-0 ball game, Warriors. So Jakimiak made me look good in the fact that we talked about going opposite field, and then he did it. We should give him some kind of little bonus here, maybe send some pizza or something to him. So 2 hits in the ball game for each team, and it's a 2-run lead for Centaurus. Men at the corners, first and third, 2-out rally. And we have the top of the lineup with Randall Blair. 1-0 pitch on the way, fouled away. Count goes to 1-1. So hit, really one of those seeing eye singles, hit very well down the right field line. Producing 2 runs. There's the throw to see if they caught him napping. Did he get back in time? Boy, that was a close play. Dodge getting underneath the tag in the throw. Two balls, 1 strikes, 2 outs. Took a little bit off, fastball. Hits the corner, and it's now 2-2. So this is game 1 of 2. We'll have the second one under lights. Next pitch is fouled away. So we've seen some very good at-bats here by Centaurus in this inning, really extending the at-bat. Starting to figure out the pitcher a little bit early. Next pitch going to be high. Count goes full. It will be interesting to see how Fort Morgan, who also is a very good team, we're going to paint the picture of how their offensive production has been, and it's been very good in the next inning. Waved at for strike 3, but a very good inning for the Warriors as they put 2 across with a big hit by Jakimiak. And the score after 1.5 in the books, 2-0 Warriors on top. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball here on Rad Sports. We'll take a timeout.
Some things just never change. crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496.
Play ball. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field. And Centaurus, who's in the field right now, looking to try to put a lid on any kind of hitting that Fort Morgan will try to muster up here. Fort Morgan is really an offensive machine that we have seen. When they win, we've seen them winning on average with an 11-run ball game up to 17 runs. So they're used to putting a lot of runs on the board. So Fort Morgan looking to answer back here in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch is popped foul, and it's 0-1. So it's Nick Norris, followed by Austin Apple, and then Sam Christensen, the pitcher. Next pitch, and it's hit to the second baseman. Easy play by Dodge, gets him at first. So that's exactly what you want to do, meaning in Van Tassel, is to get those ground outs and keep the pitch counts low, and so far he's done a good job. So Austin Apple stepping to the plate. First pitch taken, fouled away. Count goes to 0-1. A little bit outside, trying to go opposite field. Oh, 1 pitch, going to be a slow roller to the shortstop, going to have to come up firing. If he gets it there in time, he does. Nice play. So some good fielding here by Centaurus and showing those arms off. And quickly it's 2 outs. So it's going to be Sam Christensen, the pitcher, trying to help his effort. You think about what Centaurus did. They did it all with a 2-out rally in the last inning. Fort Morgan looking to see if they can get it going with 2 outs. This is a team you don't want to count out. They put way too many runs across the board. 1 ball, no strikes. Waved at first strike. Count evens at 1-1. You think about the careers that have been started because of American Legion Baseball. Next pitch low. Count goes to 2-1. Since 1925, 55% of all, that's all. Next pitch popped up. Should be out of play. Trying to make a run at it, but not even close. But a good effort by Centaurus. Count goes to 2-2. But some numbers to consider if you're thinking about where you want to play in the summers to come. 55% of all Major League Baseball players have played American Legion Baseball since 1925. Curveball got him looking for a strike, and that was well placed. So after 2 in the books, it's 2-0 Warriors on top. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball from Butch. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Butch Butler Field. We're heading into the top half of the third inning. Centaurus in control, 2-0 ball game. So far, for each team, they've put up 2 hits apiece and no errors. So they've actually done a very good job in the field. Really what's happened is just some timely hitting by Centaurus, and extending the at-bats has really made the difference. Behind the plate, as far as umpires are concerned, veteran Norm Johnson, and on first base, it is Scott Gibson, not to be confused with Commissioner Scott Gibson for Cal. First pitch going to be high. Count goes to 1-0. So for Centaurus, it's Chase followed by Tucker Haro, and then it's Caden Shepard. Fouled off. You can see it bouncing literally off the catcher Fajardo. And the count goes to 1-1. So Centaurus striking when they needed to and getting timely hits, looking to try to add some more here in the third inning. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, and Scott Gibson, the commissioner, here with you. Good to have you along. Next pitch going to be a little bit high. We're starting to see that as a steady diet here from Fort Morgan. Christensen having trouble getting down on the ball, really needing to get it down, otherwise he'll pay the price again. 3 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch inside, walks him. So a leadoff walk here for Centaurus. And it's going to be Tucker Haro, followed by Caden Shepard. Christensen delivers, going to be a 3-hopper, gets underneath the glove of the shortstop. Heading to third, we'll see if the throw's in time. If it's in time, but he stands up, and you have men at second and third. So you could see the hop at shortstop, and at the last second it just died, and the shortstop not able to get his glove down. So now men at second and third with nobody out. So Caden Shepard followed by Nick Van Tassel. First pitch blocked nicely by Fajardo, preventing a run. Count goes to 1-0. Christensen another one in the dirt and another block by Fajardo. It's quickly 2-0. Really, you think about it, if you've ever played baseball, fastballs in the dirt are a little bit easier to block than curveballs. That's when it gets tricky. Looking potential bunt, missing on the inside corner. Quickly, it's now 3-0. And the reason being is the side English, if you will, making the ball bounce awkward for the catcher. 3-0 pitch taken for a strike, and it's now 3-1 fastball. So clearly taking, here's an opportunity to score a couple of runs with a potential base hit. Hit to center field. It looks like it should drop. It's going to go more than a single. Should go 2. 1 run is in. Stand up double. Here comes the runner, and there's not going to be a throw. So quickly, it's a 4-0 ball game. Warriors on top. So just riding with it, literally, sending it in the gap. And it's a stand-up double, and now 3 hits in the ball game here for Centaurus, and a 4-0 lead. First pitch hit to the third baseman, hot shot. Looks off the runner, goes to first, gets the out. So a good play by Fort Morgan to get the first out. So Nate Bernstein followed by Henry Zeigert. So Centaurus coming out and really swinging nicely and making, not only getting timely hits going opposite field. First pitch taken for a strike at the knees, but you think about what they've done in the field as well, making some very good plays. You think about the shot that was fielded by the pitcher in the last inning. Next pitch fouled away, count goes to 0-2. So Bernstein looking at 2 strikes. Hits to right field, going to be a lazy fly ball. We'll see if this is trouble for the right fielder. It drops. Let's see if it was in. It is, so he gets a single. And that was a tough play. Really, it was caught up in the sun, but one of those that just too hard to get to for the right fielder. So it's men at the corners with 1 out. So again, going opposite field is Centaurus. And it's going to be Zeigert stepping to the plate, the catcher. There goes the runner. They're going to try to draw the play. There's the throw. Is it in time? And he's safe. So slight hesitation by Fajardo. And the runner advances to second. So you have men at second and third. 1 out. You heard it correctly. 4-0 Centaurus. Going to be a slow roller to the third baseman. Going to come up firing. Gets him at first. Run will score. There's a throw to third. Will they get him in time? They get him. So a double play to get out of the inning, but another run scores for Centaurus, and it's now a 5-0 ball game. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball from Butch. We'll take a timeout.
Some things just never change. Crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field, and really Centaurus putting on a clinic here this afternoon, not only with the bat but also in the field and pitching. And it's a 5-0 ball game as we enter into the bottom half of the third inning. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, Scott Gibson bringing it to you. Good to have you along. It's Baseball Night Colorado from Greeley, Colorado. So Fort Morgan, the team that we alluded to earlier, the team that puts up a lot of runs, looking to get something going here in the bottom half of the third inning. First pitch swinging. Second baseman ranging over, makes a beautiful catch, meaning dodge, for the first out, fighting a little bit of a swirling wind, so there's 1 down. But the average that we've seen Fort Morgan, according to what is listed on the American Legion website, they average 10 to 17 runs when they win, and they have a very good record. First pitch taken for a ball, and it's now 1-0. So it's Devin Mussman, followed by J.P. Hamer and Connor Fajardo. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Nice play by Dodge at second, fighting the swirling wind. to get the first out. Next pitch hit to the third baseman, hot shot. Takes a few steps, fires. It's a little high, errant throw. So the runner advances to second, and an opportunity here for Fort Morgan. So really that's the first error that we've seen by either team in the ball game on the high throw. So you think about what is being done here by the pitcher for Centaurus, doing his job, getting the ground balls. So there's one out, one man on. Fort Morgan looking to try to get something going here. This is one of those things when you're down by 5 runs, you just chip away. That's the idea. You got plenty of innings here to go. We're going 7 in both games. So Hamer stepping to the plate. He's got 1 strike on him. Pitch knocked down nicely by the catcher. Count goes even at 1-1. So Zygert becoming a wall there, preventing the runner from advancing for Fort Morgan. Hammered and makes the catch, trying to get the ball back in time, and that was a shot to the center fielder. Stepped over a couple of steps and made the catch, so there's 2 down. So Fort Morgan, when they hit it loud, but they're hitting it at players. So there's 2 down, and coming to the plate is the catcher, Connor Fajardo. So in the lineup, Fajardo is number 2, most likely a good contact hitter. Hammered down the left field line, it's foul, and hit with some authority, so the count goes to 0-1. Very quick bat. Most likely, besides catching, he probably plays another infield position because he is rather quick. We saw that on the base paths. 2 outs, man on second, 5-0 Centaurus. Curveball missing. Count evens at 1-1. One pitch on the way. Going to be taken for a strike at the knees. Norm Johnson, of course, as we mentioned, behind the plate. Veteran of 21 years. Of course, he heads up a lot of the umpires up here in the north as far as getting them the gigs and assigning them. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball. It's going to be a lazy fly ball. It's going to be a tough play. It looks like Dodge is going to make the catch and squeeze it for the final out. So Dodge making a couple of nice plays at second, and nobody in. So after 2.5 in the books, it's 5-0 Centaurus. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball. We'll be right back.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays. 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Play ball. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field, and we are in the top half of the fourth inning. This one going by a little more rapidly because of the good pitching and good plays that we've seen so far in this ball game. It is a 5-0 ball game, Centaurus on top. And to start it off, it's going to be Simon Dodge, followed by Jakimiak, and then, of course, the top of the lineup in Randall Blair. Christensen still in for Fort Morgan. Really not having a bad game at all. It's just some good hitting that we are seeing so far here by Centaurus. So Dodge, who made a couple of plays at second, the first one really the more difficult, fighting the swirling winds, looking to get something going. First pitch taken inside, actually caught him on the left sleeve, so he's going to be awarded first base. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, and Scott Gibson bringing it to you. Good to have you along. We're going to give you kind of the rundown here of what's left for Fort Morgan in about the last week and a half. Of course, the tournament starts on the 26th, and there is a huge lineup of tournaments out there. We invite you to go catch some of these tournaments and some of the remaining games, support these American Legion teams. Good baseball, as you can see in this one. Christensen delivers high, count goes to 1-0. So Jakimiak, who did a masterful job of hitting it down the right field line earlier, providing some fireworks. Going to be a slow roller to the second baseman. He bobbles it, so Jakimiak gets to first, and they're a men at first and second. So getting a little bit anxious, which most baseball players do when you know you've got a slow roller, you know you got to get rid of it, and just came up a little bit early was the second baseman. And you saw the bobble. So Randall Blair followed by Chase, and then it's Tucker Haro. Nobody out. Christensen delivers. There's the bunt. It's going to go right to Christensen. Nobody to cover first, so men are safe, and the bases are loaded. So you could see what happened was the first baseman came in, but the bunt went right to Christensen, and no coverage at first. Second baseman not there. So even a fairly good fly ball will score another run potentially here for Centaurus. If you're Joe McKenzie, you got to feel very good about what you're seeing, meaning the coach for Centaurus. The way his team has come out swinging and playing defense. First pitch is wide, and it's now 1-0. Next pitch is going to be hit to left field. Left fielder ranging and center fielder going to take it. There's the tag. Here comes the throw. We'll see if it's in time. It's a good throw, and he nails him at home. Runners advance. What a rope that was thrown by the center fielder for the Mustangs, and we'll see if that's an energizing play here for the Mustangs. They needed something to kind of get the catalyst going. So Hamer making that big throw, really taking the play away from the left fielder and making it a strike, and there's two down. But a run does score. No balls, one strike. Actually, check that. Runners at second and third. Next pitch going to be outside. Count evens at 1-1. So Christensen getting a little help from his friends out in center field. Prevents another run. Count goes to 2-1. So Haro, who's the number 3 hitter, takes a ball on the inside corner, and it's now, they call it a ball, so it's 2-1. So he walks him. So Hero with a opportunity, obviously going to go to first base. Bases are loaded once again with 2 outs. So Caden Shepard with an opportunity, followed by Van Tassel. You know, we're really just kind of waiting to see when Fort Morgan comes untracked here, because they do have a team that can load it. Next pitch hit to right field. Right fielder racing in, should be able to make the catch. He does for the final out, but a great throw from center field to prevent the run from not only scoring, but also the rally continuing. So after 3.5 in the books, it's 5-0 Warriors on top. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball from Butch Butler. We'll be right back.
Some things just never change. Crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496.
Play ball. Safe. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, Butch Butler Field, Colorado American Legion Baseball, 5-0 Centaurus, and they are breezing. So Fort Morgan, we'll see if that play from center field energizes them. Great opportunity here for Centaurus if they can just keep the ball down, really keep the pressure on Fort Morgan. First pitch is popped up, foul. Third baseman ranging over, but it should be out of play. And the count goes to 0-1. So Isaac Linker followed by Alex Ortega, and then it's Nick Norris. And Tessel delivers a slider outside, waves at it. Nice block by the catcher as well. So it's 0-2. Good play, or good pitch by Van Tassel. Next pitch hit up the middle. That should be dropped for a base hit. It does. So opening it up here in the bottom half of the 4th inning is Fort Morgan with a single. So Alex Ortega, and then it's Nick Norris. Most likely you will see the infield play up. They're going to be looking double play here. Van Tassel got that one up just a little bit. Next pitch hit to center field. This should be a play. Makes the catch, and there's one down. That was hit high and deep, and of course you can see the flags waving, making that an interesting play for the center field. So there's one down. So Nick Norris looking to try to keep this one going. Double play can get them out of this. Of course, we've seen some good play by the infield here by Centaurus. 5 runs, 4 hits for Centaurus. For the Fort Morgan, no runs and 3 hits. Couple of errors, as we saw with Fort Morgan earlier. The bobble really at second, not able to come up with the ground ball on the slow roller. Next pitch is fouled away. Count evens at 1-1. And we have seen a few balls that have gotten away on the throws to first. And that's really been what has ignited the rest of the batters taking advantage of mistakes. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. Van Tassel, there's a high bouncer, and it just ate up the shortstop. Tough play there. So men at first and second. Potentially, if that had been a fair hop there and able to convert that, could have been a double play material. But you could see the tough hop. So the rally continues with one out. So it's Austin Apple and then Sam Christensen. Infield playing up, you can see literally on the grass is the third baseman for Centaurus. First pitch taken for strike, and it's 0-1. Clearly they want to try to get that lead runner. Cat and mouse at second. Fastball is high, evens it up at 1-1. Next pitch inside. Count is now 2-1 strike. Wind really starting to pick up a little bit here at Butch. And literally blowing from right to left. So if you pull the ball here, it could really, and there's a deep hit ball. This is hit well. This will go easily a double. So 1 run will score for Fort Morgan. Going to try for 2 runs will score. Here comes the throw, and not in time. So Fort Morgan answering right back with some solid hitting it up the gap. And now there's 4 hits in the ball game for Fort Morgan. So it's a 5-2 ball game. Runner at third, and it's Christensen looking to keep this going with 1 out. Next pitch hit deep to left field, but that's going to go foul. So the bat's starting to wake up here for Fort Morgan in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Good to have you along. Don't go away. Still plenty of baseball in this one, and of course game 2 coming up around 7 o'clock. Curveball beautifully placed on the inside corner. 0-2. Next pitch, trying to get his bat on it. Battling well was Christensen. You could see the curveball might have hit the corner. Wasn't going to take any chances there. Got his bat on it. Keeps himself alive at 0-2. Going from the windup here. Took something off. Nice throw to first. Gets the out. So you get the second out. What I like that I saw Zeigert do is he waved, or actually looked off the runner at third to make sure that he didn't try to advance. So there's 2 down. Next pitch hit up the middle. That should, on a nice play. Great anticipation by the center fielder. The way that that was diving, you initially thought it was going to be a base hit, but the center fielder anticipating already was on the jump, got a great jump, and made the final catch. But in the inning, on a couple of hits, there's 2 runs, and it's a 5-2 ball game. Centaurus on top. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball. We'll be right back.
Some things just never change. Crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496.
Welcome back to Butch Butler Field, heading into the 5th inning. And we saw Fort Morgan. It's kind of like the revenge of the Sith here. We kind of expected to see Fort Morgan answer back, and they put up 2 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. But you look at the box score so far in this ball game, and it's all knotted up as far as hits in the ball game. Both teams have 4 hits each. The difference is the 3-run bulge here by Centaurus. So Christensen's still in the ball game, doing a good job, as we mentioned earlier, and doing, really the key here is just keep the ball down on a very good hitting Centaurus team to keep his team in this ball game. First pitch inside, taken for a ball, and it's now 1-0. So it's the pitcher Van Tassel, followed by Nate Bernstein, and then it's Henry Zeigert. 1 ball, no strikes. Christensen delivers a ball outside. Count goes to 2-0. Next pitch took a little bit off. Going to be a chopper, going to be a base hit. So Centaurus opening it up quickly with a base hit in the top half of the 5th inning. We're going 7. Remaining schedule after today for Fort Morgan, they have a double scoop on Monday against Holy Family. Then on Tuesday, another doubleheader against Pooter. And then finishing it out on Friday, July the 20th, before tournaments begin for Legion B, is a double scoop against Windsor, another tough team. 1 ball, no strikes. Ducking out of the way, count goes to 2-0. So Bernstein looking to get it go. There goes the runner. There's the wave. And it doesn't look like it's in time from here. They call him safe. So you could see the hit and run was on, but not able to make contact. Doesn't matter. The runner advances. 2 balls, 1 strike. 5 hits in the ball game now here for Centaurus. Opposite field hit, could potentially score another run. Next pitch fouled away. Count evens at 2-2. Christensen delivers, popped up. This should be out of play. Catcher going to make an opportunity. It goes into the stands. But Fajardo doing a good job of hustling for Fort Morgan. Count goes to 1-2. A lot of credit going out to these players coming out in 90-plus degree weather and doing a good job as far as making plays in hot weather. Sometimes the concentration goes down when you have weather like this. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit to left field. If it drops, ranging over, makes a catch on the knees. And there's 1 out. That was a huge play. That gets by, and potentially that could have been a double. So Zeigert going to step to the plate. Of course, he has a live bat also. We don't have numbers as far as hitting balls out of the park, but I would guess that Zeigert has hit a few out this summer. Whacked down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. We'll see if they wave him in. They hold the runner at third, so you have men at the corners. So that right field line getting a workout here this afternoon by Centaurus. And you have men at the corners, and it looks like Dodge is going to step to the plate. So clearly Fort Morgan going to be looking for double play to get out of this, try to stop any potential new damage in this ball game. Whacked, it's base hit. That'll be a run. First pitch swinging. And you could see got that up about letter high, and he just rode it to left field. So 6-2 ball game, Centaurus on top. Numbers are starting to add up here on the scoreboard. Not only as far as the run numbers, but also the hits. Doing a good job of just going where the ball is pitched. Men at first and second, infield playing up. Whacked again, another base hit. We'll see if they send him. They hold up the throw. Another very good throw from left field. So now bases are loaded.
Good job, David.
So Christensen getting some balls up and paying the price to left field twice. We know that Fort Morgan has their team as they have 9 here this afternoon. So coming with a light squad here to play in this ball game. Gets him, so a run will score because the bases were loaded, and it's now a 7-2 ball game. So Chase stepping to the plate, followed by Tucker Harrow, and then it's Caden Shepard. 1 out, bases are loaded. Plays at home. Next pitch whacked up the middle. Going to be a base hit. Another run will score. Don't want to test the arm of the center fielder, as we saw. So quickly it's an 8-2 ball game. So the beat goes on here for the Warriors, really fitting that mascot name of being tough in the batter's box. Pretty much first pitch swinging, and the result in this inning has been 3 runs so far. First pitch taken for a strike by Harrow, and it's 0-1. Top half of the 5th inning, Bush Butler Field, American Legion Baseball. Good to have you along. One of 2 games that we will be webcasting here this afternoon. Christensen set at the belt. Missing on the inside corner. Count goes to 2-1. So you think about what Fort Morgan has left. They've got 6 games after today. Pretty hefty schedule. Next pitch going to be another base hit. Another run will score. So really a hitting clinic being displayed here by the Warriors. And it's a 9-2 ball game. So this may be it for Christensen. Maybe the pitch count's just a little bit high. Doing a good job, really. You think about it in the first couple of innings, really keeping the ball down and mixing locations, even mixing the spins, if you will. We'll give you a rundown here as far as the scoring. So for Fort Morgan, they didn't score any in the first, 2 in the second. Actually, I checked that for Centaurus. Nobody scored in the first inning. Then 2 in the second, 3 in the third, none in the fourth, and then of course in the 5th inning really broke it up open with 4 spot. For Fort Morgan so far, they put up 2 in the 4th inning on 4 hits. So they're going to let Christensen take a break, or actually take another location, because, again, they came with 9 is what we understand. So as we mentioned, Fort Morgan coming in with a 10-4 record. We're going to run down here momentarily what's left here for Centaurus. And if you take a look at the standings for Legion B, it is Fort Morgan at 10-4, followed by Rocky Mountain at 6-1, Fossil Ridge at 9-5. Peak to peak, the Pumas are 10-6, Windsor at 9-7, Holy Family at 6-5. Stanley Lake at 7-7, Skyline at 3-3, Pooter at 3-6. Fairview has not won a game, but has not reported all their games. So far, 8 losses, and then Centaurus in the same boat, and still have to report some of their wins and losses. So we don't have anything official that for the Warriors. So coming in to take over mound duties is Devin Mussman from Christensen. And looking to put a lid on some of the scoring, get some outs here. Bases are loaded. There's still 1 out. Play is at home. Mussman delivers low for a ball, and it's 1-0. So it's Shepard followed by Van Tassel and then Bernstein. Next pitch is going to be a high chopper to the third baseman. Steps on the bag, gets the throw to first base. It's wide. And a good stop by the first baseman on the throw being wide. So there's 2 down. So heads up play by the third baseman on the high chopper to go ahead and step on the bag and then try to get the double, but the throw being wide, so there's 2 down. So a run should score. Next pitch going to be low, and it's now 1-0. So it's a 10-2 ball game. Again, third baseman getting the force at third and didn't decide to go home, just didn't have the play. Another shot knocked down by the third baseman, but it loads the bases. So a good play by the third baseman to knock that one down maybe prevented another run scoring. So Bernstein going to step to the plate, followed by the catcher Zeigert. Next pitch bounces off Fajardo's plate. There's the throw at home, but it's not going to be in time. You could see the ball got bounced off of the catcher's, literally his chest protector, and tried to make the play, but just not able to do it. So it's an 11-2 ball game with 2 outs. Big bulge here for Centaurus in the inning with 6 runs. First pitch delivered by Mussman for a strike, and it's now 1-1. Actually, one pitch, took a little bit off, fouled away, count goes to 1-2. So Centaurus doing a good job of taking advantage of mistakes at this point. Curveball going to be a chopper to the third baseman. We know he's got an arm. There it is at first. A little bit high. Sun might have had something to do with that because it was about head high. So 2 runs will score. Again, the angle of the sun right now is not the easiest to make a play at first. So it's a 13-2 ball game with 2 outs. So Zeigert stepping to the plate. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike, and it's now 0-1. So Mussman coming in trying to end the damage in this inning. Going to be a slow roller to the second baseman. Going to be a tough play. And he makes the play for the final out. But in the inning, there's 8 runs. And the score after 5.5 in the books, 13-2, Warriors on top.
At Milliken Animal Clinic, our purpose is to serve the residents of Northern Colorado by providing exceptional, affordable veterinary care for their furry family members. Our clients will always be treated with respect, dignity, and compassion as if they were our own. It is our desire to make lasting relationships with our clients and to be there for our patients through every stage of life. Plus reasonably priced pet food and supplies. Milliken Animal Clinic, affordable veterinary care. Call 970-518-1252.
Play ball. Hey. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Welcome back to Butch Butler. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 13-2, Centaurus on top. We have a relief pitcher coming in. For Centaurus, it's Simon Dodge, who opened up the game at second. Of course, Dodge, has been hitting well and also made some nice plays on some balls that really would have been a challenge for anybody making in the swirling winds. So it's Dodge that's going to be warming up here to face the Mustangs here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, and Scott Gibson bringing it to you. Good to have you along. And we have a nice little gift here. The question was by Scott Gibson. The trivia question is, who is Yogi's buddy? So it sounds like they got the right name. Bella Norris is the winner, and she got a nice little baseball bat and a couple of little bracelets here from American Legion. So congratulations on getting the correct answer on who is Yogi's buddy. Felix the cat, right? So it's Dodge opening it up here for Centaurus on the mound, delivers a ball, and it's now 1-0. So it's the relief pitcher, Devin Mussman, followed by Hammer. Throw at first. Is it in time? And he's safe. He dropped the ball. So Scott Gibson at first, saying didn't quite get it. So Fort Morgan and open it up here with a man on first. Good to have you along, Colorado American Legion Baseball. So Hamer followed by the catcher Fajardo, and then potentially it's Isaac Linker. Whack down the left field line, foul. Dodge trying to sneak a curveball in there, and count goes to 0-1. So Centaurus now with an 11-run lead. The danger here is maybe potentially being 10-run ruled. If they don't, nicely blocked by Zygert behind the plate, count is 1-1. So we'll see if that is the rule in effect if Fort Morgan does not score here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodge delivers. Catching the inside corner, nicely placed with that slider. And it's 1-2. So you can see early that Simon is kind of a corner nipper. He likes to hit those corners. Another one. This time it's fouled away. Count still remains at 1-2. Plenty of time to get out here to the ballpark. We're finishing this one out. A couple more at bats, and then of course we have the 7 o'clock game coming up. Opportunity to win some goodies and watch some really good baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Simon delivers, going to be pulled down the left field line foul. Very quick bat here. And you could see Dodge keeping the ball low, does not want to give up anything. You can see him trying to hit knee-high fastballs and sliders. Good battle here going on between both pitcher and batter. There's the curveball, fouled away. Count still remains at 1-2. So Dodge set at the belt. Infield, there's the curveball, hits him. Looked like it caught the back of his helmet, turned his head in time. So now there are men at first and second and nobody out. So a great opportunity here in Fort Morgan, needing to score here. You don't want to be 10-run ruled. Oddly enough, when Fort Morgan does lose, and they don't lose a whole lot, but when they do, they lose with less than 5 runs in the game. So right now they're sitting at 2 runs in this game. Going to be a lazy fly ball to the second baseman, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. So Centaurus, if they can get a double play here, can win game 1 of this doubleheader. Fort Morgan, to paint the picture, looking to keep this game going, needing a run. So it's Isaac Linker who, as we saw, hit the big hit before, hits a shot to the second. They're going to try to turn 2. There's the throw, but not in time. They get the force at second, so there'll be runners at first and third. 2 down. So Linker hitting a 2-hopper to the shortstop. And it's Alex Ortega trying to keep this one going. Dodge delivers low. Zyger keeping it from really getting too far past him. Of course, prevents the runner from scoring here. 1 ball and no strikes. Dodge set at the belt. There's the curveball, hit 2. This is going to go up the gap. This should score at least 1 run. It's going to go up against the fence. 1 run is in. They're going to wave him in. We'll see if the throw, it's not going to be in time. So very important hit there by Fort Morgan to keep this going. And they score 2, and it's a 9-run ball game. So that was huge by Fort Morgan. So there's 2 down, 2 runs are in the inning, and a runner at third. So Nick Norris taking a ball. Norris, one of those players, again, who has a very live bat and has power, so you have to really respect what he can do at the plate. Norris batting 5th in the lineup. 1-0 pitch waved at for a strike, and it's now 1-1. So Dodge coming in, and you think about what he's done, really has done a good job of just keeping the ball down, but just some good hits by Fort Morgan. 1-1 pitch on the way, going to be low, knocked down by Zyger. Really, you look at the play of both catchers doing a good job of really knocking balls down and preventing more damage. 2 balls, 1 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs are in. Dodge delivers, going to be hit to the third baseman. Going to come across the diamond and gets him in time. But 2 runs are in and preventing the 10-run rule. And it's a 13-4 ball game. Warriors on top. Colorado American Legion baseball from Butch. We'll be right back.
Play ball. Snake. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Top half of the 6th inning, Butch Butler Field, Colorado American Legion baseball, and Centaurus going to take their turn at whacking, making a few whacks at the ball here. Of course, they made a lot of noise in this ball game in the last inning, putting up an 8 spot on 10 hits in this ball game. But it was Fort Morgan in the bottom half of the inning answering back and needing that to keep this ball game putting up a 2 spot. So Simon Norris, who has come in relief for Fort Morgan, now needing to try to keep a lid on the bats of Centaurus in the top half of the 6th inning. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, Scott Gibson bringing it to you. This is game 1 as we're finishing this out, about an inning and a half. And then, of course, we'll take a short break, and we'll come back for the night set. So Simon Dodge, who came in relief, coming from his second base position, going to lead it off here for Centaurus. First pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Followed by David Shikimiak, and then it's the leadoff hitter, Randall Blair. So Norris looking at a fastball, hits it to right field. Right fielder ranging over. It's carrying, makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch for the first out. So going opposite field on the pitch being outside was Dodge. Good idea, but a good play by the right fielder. There's one down. So Randall Blair, and then, of course, it is Chase coming up afterwards. Curveball missing inside, and it's 1-0. So Mussman doing a good job here in the top half of the inning. Really needing to keep the effectivity and locations sound. In other words, not getting the ball up. Christensen, clearly you could see, was just running out of gas before he departed in the 5th inning. When you're playing in multiple leagues and a lot of teams that you see, some of these we've heard, some of the teams that we've seen over the last year or so can play up to 60 and even 70 ball games in one summer. Next pitch taken for strike. It's now 2-1. So as we finish out the season with a week and a half left, that's where coaches really need to play strategy, especially if they're headed towards the tournament, to try to save those arms. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mussman has 1 out with the rest of his teammates for Fort Morgan. Fastball hit to center field. Center fielder ranges over, takes a few steps, makes the catch for the 2nd out. So Mussman doing a good job here in this inning, getting 2 flyouts. and it's Randall Blair, the left fielder. Musman delivers for a strike on the outside corner fastball, and it's 0-1. So clearly you can see Musman starting to get into the groove here for Fort Morgan. Curveball, waves at it for a strike, and quickly it's 0-2. So being aggressive, but shall we say intelligent aggressive. Fouled away, count still remains at 0-2. And when I mean intelligent, he's trying to keep the ball in the outside corners, which in this inning he's painted the black a few times with the fastball and then come in with the curveball to switch it up. Two outs, two strikes. Musman delivers in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. So we understand that Centaurus is going to be one of the sites for the tournament coming up in about a week and a half. In Game 2, we're going to run down some of those locations for you to go check out some tournament baseball. Don't forget, the Western Regional Tournament starts August 8th in Denver. Next pitch going to be inside. Ducking out of the way, and count goes to 2-2. That regional tournament starts the 8th and goes through the 12th, and there are actually 6 states coming in and then 2 states here from Colorado, so a total of 8. Next pitch hit to center field. Center fielder ranging over, makes a diving catch. And do they call it safe? We'll see. I'm looking at Norm Johnson's signal here. It looks like it was a base hit. So Johnson calling that a good hit. So an opportunity here. This is the 6th inning. And that's when we saw, you think about it, just a few innings ago, that's when the damage started on a 2-out rally back in the 2nd and 3rd inning. So this is a team that can come from behind as far as if they've got 2 outs on them, meaning in Centaurus. Centaurus with 10 hits in the ball game. So Musman looking for the easy play at second, not in time on his throw. Trying to go force here and get out of this. Hit to the shortstop, should be able to, an easy play, goes across the diamond, and he gets him for the out. So a good job by Musman coming in and putting a lid on Centaurus after 5.5 in the books. 13-4 Warriors on top.
Some things just never change. Crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496. At Milliken Animal Clinic, our purpose is to serve the residents of Northern Colorado by providing exceptional, affordable veterinary care for their furry family members. Our clients will always be treated with respect, dignity, and compassion as if they were our own. It is our desire to make lasting relationships with our clients and to be there for our patients through every stage of life. Plus reasonably priced pet food and supplies. Milliken Animal Clinic, affordable veterinary care. Call 970-518-1252.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, American Legion Baseball, Butch Butler Field, Greeley, Colorado. Fort Morgan taking a look at trying to get some more on the board. Of course, coming through in the bottom half of the 5th inning with a very important 2 runs to extend this ball game. Musman, of course, coming in relief, doing a good job. and slowing down the hitting attack of the Warriors. So we're sitting at 13-4. Next pitch hit to the third baseman, tough hop. He's going to come up firing, and it's a bad throw. So the runner advances to second. So an opportunity here for Fort Morgan to try to do a little scratching, try to get back in this one, down by 9 runs. So it's going to be Christensen, followed by Baker, and then it'll be the pitcher Mussman. So Austin Apple, getting the ball in play, is now standing on second. So Simon Dodge, who really has been more of a location pitcher, needing to get a couple of strikes, get some easy outs. There's the pop-up, first baseman ranging over, and both miscommunication by the catcher and the first baseman. So the ball drops, and it's a foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. Man on second. Fort Morgan looking to try to scratch a few more across. It's a team you don't want to let the momentum really get going here. You can see second baseman, there's the play. Not in time on the throw from Dodge. Sets and delivers, waved at. Looked like a letter high fastball. Count goes to 0-2. So Dodge, who had a steady diet of pitches down at the knees, hitting the outside corners, challenges the batter, meaning Christensen, with a letter high fastball inside. And you can see the result. Missing outside, and actually catches him. Delayed call. Johnson calling that one a little bit late, and he strikes him out. So a big out here by Dodge in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So Baker going to step to the plate, and then it's Mussman. Base hit potentially could score a run. Next pitch going to be whacked to the shortstop. Comes up firing, gets him in time. So stays with it. You can see the hop out there at shortstop, really making sure he got his glove on it. That was a good play, and then came up firing to get the out. We had a couple of games being played on this field just before this game, so not sure how well the field was raked. But again, a good play by the shortstop. Getting past the catcher, so the run will score. And it's a 13-5 ball game. A rare miss by Zygert. He's caught a very good ball game today. Two outs, nobody on. 1 run is in. Dodge delivers, strike on the outside corner, good location. Count goes to 1-1. So we're finishing out game 1. Dodge delivers inside with a fastball. It goes to 1-1. So Dodge is listed as a senior, and a lot of these teams, there's 4 or 5 seniors on this team that started today, and the rest are sophomores. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1 run is in. Dodge looking to tease him here. There's the pitch high, and he walks him. So Hamer going to step to the plate. He is the leadoff hitter, and then it's the catcher Fajardo. So a little bit high that we've seen here in the last few pitches by Simon Dodge. Came in with a couple of letter high fastballs, and those just getting away on the last couple of pitches, and we're sitting at 1-0. Snap throw to first, not in time by the catcher. Count goes to 2-0. Good idea, trying to keep the runner honest at first. We'll see how aggressive Fort Morgan wants to be here on the base paths. Obviously want to keep this inning going. Dodge delivers. There's that pitch on the outside corner. Look more like a cut fastball. Count goes to 2-1. That's really where he's the most effective, when he starts painting the corners, using some of his stuff, and you saw the result. Another one. This time catches the inside corner. First goes outside corner, does the windshield wiper, then goes to the inside corner, and the count is now 2-2. Next pitch is popped up infield, should have a play. We'll see who calls it. Looks like the third baseman makes the catch for the final out, but one run is in. As we head towards the 7th inning, it's a 13-5 ball game. Centaurus on top.
Some things just never change. Crazy work weeks, hectic schedules, and hometown traditions.
We love our customers at Hayes Market.
Hayes Market, a Johnstown tradition since the 1950s, where you can count on the freshest produce, meats, baked goods, and food selection. With great customer service. Hayes Market, proud sponsors of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Open every day of the week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. 970-587-5496. That's 970-587-5496.
Play ball. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Butch Butler Field as we enter into the top half of the 7th inning. Good to have you along. Baseball Night Colorado here from Butch Butler Field in Greeley, Colorado. And really the show has been Centaurus in this ball game. They have come out swinging. They've done pretty much everything that you would ask of them in this ball game, taking advantage of mistakes and then, of course, producing runs, some good plays in the infield, and, of course, some very good pitching. So it's Centaurus, which is technically the away team, stepping to the plate. We'll get you that lineup here. Fort Morgan with Musman coming in the last inning, doing a good job of slowing down the attack. First pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. So it's Tucker Haro, followed by Caden Shepard, and then it's Nick Van Tassel, who was the starting pitcher. Curveball, delivering it on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Musman, as we mentioned, coming in and really getting, and you can see 3 straight pitches, pulled the string on the last 2 to get the strikeout. Took him about a half an inning to really get comfortable, and Musman is now breezing. So it's Caden Shepard, and then it's Nick Van Tassel. First pitch dropped in for a strike. Looked like a curveball, and it's now 0-1. So 3 straight curveballs. Fastball waved at, teased him with it, and it's quickly 0-2. So that fastball, after a steady diet of curveballs, really has a lot of pace. There's the curveball again, hit to the third baseman, comes up firing and gets him at first. Very nice play by the third baseman to make that stab on the grass, and there's quickly 2 outs. So Austin Apple doing a terrific job at third, making a good stab to prevent the base hit, and then comes up with a good throw. Coming up with a bunt. Mussman going to come up firing and misplaying it. The ball was there. I think what happened was Christensen started to pull away a little bit early, and it got away from him. So we're not sure if it was a bad throw or a misjudgment, but anyways, doesn't matter. The result is on the bunt attempt, the runner is now at second. Nate Bernstein stepping to the plate. 2 outs. This is when they do their damage. Mussman delivers the curveball, a little bit low and inside. Mussman delivers that fastball, comes across the outside corner, delivers quickly. It's 0-2. So working fast is Devin Mussman and doing a good job. Thought he had that third out on the ground out. Next pitch hit to the second baseman, comes up, going to have an easy play and gets the final out. So Mussman, and so we'll see, it looks like Norm Johnson, and we're not sure. It looked like Mussman may have touched his glove somehow on his delivery, and that affected this, so the batter still remains. So the out does not count. That's why there's summer baseball, to learn some of these lessons. Apparently he tapped his glove or went to his glove, so the count still remains now 1-2 instead of the final out. Outside missing on the fastball, count goes to 2-2. So Norm Johnson all over that. Mussman comes in with a fastball fouled away. Good battle here. Trying to keep this alive. The runner is now at third. So an opportunity for Centaurus to add a little bit more. There's the curveball missing. Count goes full. So Bernstein doing a good job of battling and keep himself alive here. Apple playing up. Next pitch is fouled away. Count still remains at 3-2. Throw not in time. Good idea to try to keep the runner honest. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Centaurus, if they get the base hit, of course, adds another. Next pitch hit is to right field. Right fielder comes in a couple of steps, makes a diving catch, misjudged it, so is not able to come up with the catch, and the run scores. That was a huge miss there because it looked like he had an easy play, and that's where the sun came into play there. It was just tough outfield, or tough field to follow the ball. So a run scores, and it's a 14-5 ball game. So Zeigert going to step to the plate. Has had a very good ball game, both with the bat as well as behind the plate. Yeah, right field right now, because of the position of the sun, makes it very tough for those fielders to follow the ball. That's what happened there. First pitch is going to be wide. It's now 1-0 on the fastball. So Musman, who thought he was out of this inning on his throw to first, and a misjudgment there, we're not sure if it was first baseman or just the throw not is accurate, waved that for a strike. It's 1-1. Is still battling here in the top half of the 7th inning. Info looking to go the easy way at second. So 5 tournaments coming our way shortly. One of them is going to be the D tournament in Sterling. Ball almost gets away from the first baseman on the throw. 1 ball, 1 strike. But up in Sterling, it's going to be the D tournament starting on the 19th, going to the 22nd. We understand that the banquet will be happening on the 18th. So if you'd like to find out more information, go to CALB, www.calb.org, and you can find out more. There goes the runner, hit and run, fouled away. Runner will go back to first. So we understand in Sterling they do have lights there, and I talked with their coach, and he mentioned that they're going to try to get as many evening games there. There goes the runner again. This pitch is hit to center field. Center fielder makes the catch for the final out, but 1 run is in, and after 6.5 in the books, it's a 14-5 ball game. Centaurus on top.
Established in 1979, Rick's Furniture has been providing quality new and used furniture with no pushy salespeople. Customers travel from all over northern Colorado and Wyoming to Rick's Furniture, who offers top-of-the-line service, prices, and a variety of furniture. Call them today at 970-352-5560. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and close on Sundays. 970-352-5560. Rick's Furniture.
Play ball. Safe. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Bottom half of the 7th inning, Butch Butler Field, American Legion Baseball, Legion B. Fort Morgan and Centaurus. Centaurus finishing this one out in the field. Fort Morgan trying to answer back, and they are down by 9 runs. So really, you think about as we kind of finalize all this, it's Centaurus who has come through with a number of facets of the game, really just in cruise control most of this game, if not all of this game. Not to put down Fort Morgan, they just came out and did what they needed to do, meaning the Warriors initially putting the heat on in the 2nd inning, then putting up a 3 spot in the 3rd inning, a 8 spot in the 5th inning, and 1 in the 7th. So it's Simon Dodge trying to finish this one out. First pitch is fouled away. Count goes to 0-1. So the catcher, Connor Fajardo, followed by Isaac Linker and Alex Ortega. 0-1 pitch goes inside, just missing. Count evens at 1-1. One of the fun things about being here in Greeley is when you get to those night games here at Butch. Of course, this field has been whacked down the third base line, coming up firing. If they can get it there in time and knocked down by the first baseman, but not in time. So Fort Morgan opening it up with a man on first here in the top at the bottom half of the 7th inning. Mike Ray, Cameron Gibson, Warren Ray, Scott Gibson bringing it to you. Finishing out game 1. Of course, we will do one more. Let's play 2, as they say. Good to have you along. So infield clearly going to be playing up. They're going to try to get that double play. Next pitch hit to the third baseman, backhands it, goes to second, gets the force, high on the throw, so the runner will advance to second, but they do get the out at first. So a good throw by the third baseman for Centaurus to set it up, just not able to convert on the throw to first. It's just wide. And the first baseman for Centaurus doing a good job of knocking it down and slowing it down, I guess is a better way, so that the runner obviously just advancing to second. Count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Ortega, of course, trying to keep this rally going, trying to keep his team in this, down by 9. Then it's Nick Norris. Next pitch hit to left field. Left fielder going back makes the catch for the second out. So there's 2 down. You could see the runner at second started to take off and then caught himself and stopped about halfway and then headed back because of the fly ball. So Nick Norris with 2 outs, trying to keep this ball game going. Dodge doing a good job of getting some outs. So both teams traveling some distance to play here at Butch here. Of course, Centaurus from Lafayette and Fort Morgan out of Fort Morgan. Runner goes. We'll see the throw if it's in time. Nice stab by the third baseman, a little bit high and wide. So the runner advances on the steal with 1 ball and no strikes. So Norris trying to get something going here. You never know. I mean, down by 9, anything goes in baseball. And Centaurus trying to put the lid on the coffin. Popped up in foul territory. Looks like it's going to be out of play by our cameraman. Count evens at 1-1. So you have to be happy with the performance pitching-wise by Centaurus. I like what I'm seeing here also in Simon Dodge moving the ball around. Even the locations, of course, he's done a lot of pitches down low, but then coming across with letter-high fastballs. There's one right there. This is hit deep to center field. Center fielder going back, and he makes a nice catch going deep, and that should be the ball game. So Centaurus walking away with the game 1, 14 runs, 10 hits, and for Fort Morgan, it's 5 runs and 4 hits. You're watching Colorado American Legion Baseball here from Butch Butler. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for game 2. We'll see you in a few minutes.
At Milliken Animal Clinic, our purpose is to serve the residents of Northern Colorado by providing exceptional, affordable veterinary care for their furry family members. Our clients will always be treated with respect, dignity, and compassion as if they were our own. It is our desire to make lasting relationships with our clients and to be there for our patients through every stage of life. plus reasonably priced pet food and supplies. Milliken Animal Clinic, affordable veterinary care. Call 970-518-1252.